The Fall of Granada, 1492. Snow covered the peaks of the Sierra Nevada as the banners of Castile and Aragon fluttered in the cold January wind. Below, in the valley, the once mighty city of Granada, the last Muslim stronghold in Spain, stood silent beneath its red walls. Inside the Alhambra Palace, a young sultan named Boabdil looked out from his balcony, his face pale with grief. For nearly 8 centuries, Muslim rulers had reigned over Al-Andalus, building cities of learning and beauty, Córdoba, Seville, Granada. But now, after years of siege and betrayal, the empire of the Moors had crumbled. The Reconquista, the Christian reconquest of Spain, was almost complete. Outside the city, the armies of King Ferdinand of Aragon and Queen Isabella of Castile encircled Granada with fire and steel. Their soldiers, hardened by decades of war, stood ready to strike the final blow. Catapults hurled stones against the walls, cannons roared, and smoke rose over the once peaceful gardens of the Alhambra. Inside, famine gnawed at the people. The wells ran dry. Mothers whispered prayers as their children starved. The scholars and poets who once filled the court with music now sat in silence. At last, Boabdil knew it was over. On January 2, 1492, he rode out of the city gates dressed in black, carrying the keys to Granada. The royal banners of Castile and Aragon waved above the walls as the bells of victory rang. Before King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, Boabdil bowed his head and handed over the keys. "This is the will of God," he said softly. As he rode away, he turned once more to gaze upon the city he had lost. His mother Aixa is said to have scolded him bitterly. "Do not weep like a woman for what you could not defend as a man." That single tear Boabdil shed became legend, the Moor's last sigh. With Granada's fall, the Reconquista ended. Spain was united under Christian rule for the first time in centuries. Yet, even as one chapter closed, another began. That same year, Ferdinand and Isabella would fund a daring voyage by a Genoese sailor named Christopher Columbus, whose journey would open a new world. The fall of Granada was both an ending and a beginning, the twilight of one civilization and the dawn of another. The minarets of Al-Andalus fell silent, replaced by the tolling of church bells. And across the sea, history's next great tide was already rising.